Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 8 of 108 days of Internal Alchemy with me, Sara. So I'm here on YouTube, 108 days, sharing the practice of Internal Alchemy. That is the result of, it's almost a decade of internal alchemy. My husband and I have been running a retreat center in northern Thailand, in Chiang Mai, for almost a decade. And we've developed a very deep detoxification process that has accumulated over the years into this internal alchemy. So this is a multi-dimensional journey. Of course, there's the intention of sharing these 108 sessions and the process of that itself, and the purpose of that and the result of the journey that we're going to do together. But it's also a process it's a bigger process. It's for me, it's a very big process. So I'm using this to grow and expand because my hobby is human potential, and I'm using myself as my canvas, my living example, because I don't have anyone else to experiment on. When we don't apply ourselves to others, there's only ourselves. I'm noticing my hair is, the hair quality is getting much, 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 much better. So I'm also in a process of my personal transformation. So I'm in a in-between kind of moment. And there's a lot going on with my own process, and I share that in a podcast called Behind the Scenes. There's been a lot of pressure moving this week. So it's interesting because I hosted the podcast yesterday, and then this whole day yesterday and today has been this pressure that has been releasing. So this journey is for us to get to know each other, for you to have an in-depth experience of what internal alchemy really is. The transformation over time in this program is going to be significant, I think. We are still on the foundations, and we're going to stay here for a little bit longer. So I'm going to invite you to tune into the spine. The first couple of minutes before we get started is for you to tune in, to create your own relationship with your own body. It's the intuitive, and it's in the stillness, and it's in the periods of time when we're not directing the body where the alchemy is happening. So I work a lot with connecting to the intuitive movement and the authentic expression and the truth of our being. So whenever I do the first couple of minutes to arrive, you can just listen, you can tune into your spinal flow, see if the body is asking for something particular. I want to open up the neck here. So today we're going to tap into releasing energies. That's the main point of the internal alchemy, to transmute and transform the energy that we have in the body, and that the charges from previous experiences, that we find them and locate them and allow them to release. So today we're going to move we're still going to keep it simple, keeping it super simple, adding just few things or just working with details. And we're going to continue to do that for a bit. And then we're going to increase the intensity and we're going to see what it's going to be all about. So So we're going to let the eyes and the ears rest today. So you can just close down the eyes, chin to chest, and just tune into the spine. Maybe twisting a little bit, grabbing one knee, twisting. Just saying hello. So we're going to move between our friend, the breathing, and the twisting. So we're combining fascia movements with breath work to move energy and to be comfortable moving between states and just getting comfortable with the concept. And we don't want to go too deep into the spine in the beginning. We want to gradually increase. So I want you to have a relationship with your body and your spine before we start to increase the intensity and the energy. Begin with the movement, breathing in, contracting. Bring in the root lock, pull up the perineum, tilt the pelvic floor, and activate the deeper layers of the abdomen, the muscles in the abdomen. So we pull together almost like a crunch, fingertips together, breathing in and breathing out. So we want to generate a little bit of heat. We are gradually bending, opening and closing the spine. So we're moving through the foundations as a collective so that everyone has the same start point and the same foundations. Relax the breath. Relax your hands in your lap. Chin to chest. Close down the eyes. And observe your body from an energetic perspective. And check in if you are aware of how you usually release energy. So when you are doing your somatic practices, when you're releasing stress and tension, how you release emotions. So this is just it's like a baseline check-in of what you are already aware of. And notice if there's anything currently going on in your body that is related to the releasing of energy. From here, we're coming back to the breathing. Choose your own version of the breathing, the level of intensity, the level of twisting, the level of movement. If you're new here, I suggest you begin from day one and build yourselves up together with us. And relax. Close down the eyes, chin to chest. And I'm going to just mention different ways that you can notice that energy is being released in the body. So very common is the yawning. Then we know that energy is moving, energy is releasing, the nervous system is grounding. Burping, any movement of air or pressure. Coughing, hot and cold energy moving through the body. Everything that has to do with temperatures, moving a sweat, even having a light fever, like shivers. We can experience tears and different emotions. Any kind of state shifting, mood shifts. We can have pain arising, memories arising. We can have laughter. We can have tension, moving, pressure, a little bit of pain. We can start to shake. We can start to tremor. We can start to express with our voice. We might naturally want to hum or speak or make different noises that doesn't feel like they make any sense. It's just moving energy through the body. It can be humming or speaking, singing, dancing, any kind of movement. Basically, it's about noticing shifts in the body. So from here, you can grab your notebook. And the prompt goes, the shifts that I'm noticing in my body is, the shifts I'm noticing in my body is, You can finalize the sentence. We're going to come back to one more round of breathing. And in this round, you pay attention to the energy that is shifting in your body. What are you noticing as you are doing the movement? What are you noticing inside of your body? Relax your hands. Rest in stillness. Close down the eyes, chin to chest. And notice if the body is releasing energy in any kind of way. Now, when you're just sitting here, observing in stillness, allowing the silence to speak. And just notice what your body is doing and how is your body currently releasing. And from here, grab your notebook. I can support my body by. I can support my body by. You can finalize the sentence. And before we close for today, you can come back inside. And visualize the alchemy process happening in the body. When we move the spine, when we combine the fascia movements and the breathing, we start to move energy, we start to feel the energy moving in the body. And the awareness is that we make the movements, the body does the healing. So we activate the process, and then we step back and allow the body to complete. So we are the initiators. We come with intention, we come with the energy that we invest, the time, the expansion, the focus, and the body is doing the work. So we're building up to being able to hold the body as it's working and processing, even though that might be an experience. We are able to hold that experience and allow the body to work. So when we feel overwhelmed, when we feel as it's too much, then we abandon the body and the process stops. And now it's time for us to return. And we return over and over again. So if you tune into the process that you have going on in the body, the energy that the body is working with, maybe you are aware of what the body is working with, or maybe you are unaware. It doesn't really matter. The process is the same. So when you practice the internal alchemy, you can start to visualize the alchemy process. The body transforming energy into another form so that the body can release it. And as we are doing this process together, and as there is such a strong intention from my end and my focus on the alchemy during these 108 days will be very strong. So my field is very transformative at the moment. So together we can move a lot of energy. Together with the intention, we can move a lot of energy. So when you practice, at the end of each session, you can visualize the energy that you are alchemizing, leaving the body and leaving your energetic field. So it's almost like you give it back to the field. And our collective intention will help and support that release because we are doing it together. So before we close today, just visualize whatever energy you've been working with, releasing through the breath, through movement, through shaking, through any of the ways that we've been mentioning. So as we start to go deeper in the process, you can pay attention to the physical, emotional, energetical, spiritual energy that is moving and how it's presenting itself. And knowing that it's normal helps us to hold the space. So thank you for today. We're going deeper and deeper. Yet it's might feel a little bit uneventful still. Or maybe it's very eventful. I guess it will be different for each one. I'm noticing a lot happening. I do have a very large intention and a lot going on with the whole project. So I assume that I have the stronger experiences of us all. But if you're having strong experience, you can let me know in the Telegram group. There's a conversation there where we go deeper into different topics, where I drop the recordings, where you can ask questions. I tune in every week. So if you want to join in on the a little bit closer relationship, the link to the Telegram group is in the description under the video. Yesterday I recorded my behind the scenes, so that's up on YouTube as well. Check in if you want to tune into more of my intention and my personal process and why my hair looks all wild and, all the things. Thank you for today. I wish you a beautiful weekend if you're joining me live. Drop in and have any questions in the Telegram group. I'm looking forward to connect. Have a beautiful day and thank you for today. I'll see you tomorrow.